Alright, hi guys. Thanks for coming and watching my video presentation today. My topic is going to be telling you guys why women should be allowed to become ordained as priests, ministers, deacons in the Catholic community. Great, I'm so glad you guys are here watching me today. So let's get started. My whole point for this persuasive speech is to convince you guys that women should be allowed to be priests within the Catholic community. There's a lot of great reasons for this, and we need to recognize the importance of women and the equality of women and the new and unique ways that they can add to this great religion. And I think it would draw a lot more people into this religion as well. There are people who would disagree that women should be allowed to become priests and have leadership roles within the Catholic Church. But I'm here to present the reasons why it is very important that we allow and advocate for equality within the Catholic Church for women. To begin, the first reason that it is important and that I strongly believe and advocate for women as priests is that more people would be drawn to the community. Right now, they feel very put at arm's length because only men are allowed to have leadership roles and only men's opinions are really heard and validated within the Catholic community. But should we allow women to be priests, it would draw a lot more people in because it shows that the Catholic community is open-minded and willing to take strides and steps forward in modern times and show support, and that women have valid voices, and we need to accept this and see that it's an important part of our community. Now, one of the things that people could say to go against that would be that it's changing the essence of the structural and doctrinal level of the church. A lot of doctrine says that only males are allowed to be ordained, and the very structure is set on the grounds of the male pope being the leader of the Catholic Church. But if we allow women to become priests, which I believe we wholeheartedly should, it would bring the Catholic community and the church itself into the modern times. A lot of different religions may have changed with the times. Buddhists, Baptists, Methodists, Lutherans, Presbyterians, all different religions have adapted their doctrines, not away from the original meaning, but so that it's easier for millennials and people of this new modern era to understand and connect with their teachings. And should the Catholic community also choose to allow women to be ordained, it would be showing strides into that more modern time, adapting our interpretations of the overall message so that more people can connect and relate to the overall message as well. A lot of people say that that would threaten the very existence of the church, since God begot Jesus, and Jesus was the foundation and creator of the Catholic religion. He is who we follow. But that's not true. Just because you allow women to come in does not mean that you're changing the very essence and existence of the church. You're just bringing different perspectives in. Jesus had many female followers. Some would say that Mary Magdalene was an apostle of the church. And being that, it shows that women had an important role and were respected even back in Jesus' time. And so that is why, another reason why women would bring that unique perspective. It gives their perspective of the whole teachings of Christ new and unique ways to interpret and connect with people in the community. A lot of women are very reserved in coming to church because it's all the men's interpretation, the men's viewpoints. But should they come and see that a woman is preaching that day, they can connect and see that Jesus held importance in women, and they wrote books in the Bible as well, and were given leadership roles back then to lead people, to preach to people, to spread His word. And a lot of times that's what women want when they come to church. They want to feel connected with and a part of the community. And a lot of times women bring multitude of different experiences as well. Sometimes when they hear a sermon, they interpret it and act it out in life very differently from males. And to see the way that women can incorporate the teachings and the gospel into their daily lives will be really easily universalized for many people in the community. And that's why it's very important, and we need to let women step forward and take those leadership roles and to share their experiences and interpretations as well. And Jesus even had Ruth write a book for the Bible. The authors and editors of the Bible included Ruth in that lineup because it's important to hear what she had to say. And unfortunately, there was 2 other books of the Bible that were not included because they were written by women and the male authors took priority over them. And so it shows that Jesus and God and the church community held these women's opinions as valid and important enough for them to write this word. They felt empowered by God, the Word of God, to share this. And it's unfortunate that the church did not include their books in the Bible so that women and more people can relate and come together because of that. Now, there are 2 arguments that people can take for why women should not be given these leadership roles in the community, church community, and one is the iconic argument that men were created in God's image and therefore that only men, being God as male, should be allowed to be priests and leaders in the church community. But that is not true because men and women were created equal. God took a bone out of Adam's side to create women, so we are equal on ground. We are both equally created in his image. Therefore, that argument does not, unfortunately, hold. And another argument that people in the church community can say is the authority argument, that Jesus only chose male apostles and from his male apostles distributed the role of spreading his word and advocating for the church throughout the entire land. But that's also not true because Mary Magdalene helped to spread the word and bring people together, and a lot of other of Jesus' followers were women. They might not have been declared necessarily apostles at that time, but their importance and role does not diminish just because they did not have that title. And another reason for allowing women to become priests and leaders and strong influences in the church and Catholic community is that it creates a positive self-identity. A lot of times women struggle with striving for equality and fighting for their rightful role in the church community. And when they are allowed to take these leadership roles, gain that responsibility, and feel that their voices and opinions are being heard, it creates a very positive self-image for the woman. And so when they feel that positive self-image, they gain confidence to preach and spread more of the word and create more of a community and bring people closer together. And it's important that we advocate for women's positive self-identities, especially now in these times when confidence and being true to yourself is really hard in this new time. And in Quebec City, Canada, they've totally just disregarded the rule of only male being priests. They have women priests now, they have women in leadership roles, and they have so many people in their communities, in their churches that advocate for this. They say it's a great asset and a great way for them to connect and learn more about this religion. And I hope that these reasons have helped you to also agree with me that women should be priests, should be allowed to, should they wish, to take on these roles, to be important, to spread the word, to speak up. And especially now, because a lot of times with all the strict rules that are in the Catholic community, a lot of males are even turning away from becoming priests, and the people taking on the responsibility for our community is greatly diminishing. And so bringing women in would give it a new fresh breath of air, would inspire people to get more involved and to still keep this very important religion alive and going for many years to come. And I believe and strongly advocate for and think that we need to strongly consider the role of these women and allow them to take these roles. And I'm really glad to say that the Pope also is getting an open mind and listening to these opinions and starting to agree that women should also have these leadership roles. I appreciate you all being here and listening to me today, and I hope you have a wonderful and fantastic week. Thank you so much.